You sure got it.
What's up, fam? Welcome to Let Us Speak Truth. I am your host, Nick. We got the panel on here. What's up, y'all? What's up?
Y'all.
And in Trav's absence, go ahead, Smiley.
Do that.
Hey, Trav. Hey, Smiley.
And before we get started, y'all, of course, we got to promote our boy, Ro.
Yeah.
Got a comedy show coming up. Go ahead.
February 19th, Charleston White, opening for your boy.
And where's it located?
Hampton, Virginia. I will give you the address, but I'll be lying to you. It's 777-9311 Hampton Drive.
Where can they find you at?
Prince Circle, aka the symbol.
Okay.
Hey.
What's your TikTok?
Roskino, aka the God. It's actually a joke. All that's jokes.
Right.
Yeah, it's all live. I make it all up as I go. That's part of being funny.
Bars, freestyle.
Right. Let's go.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm gonna send my guy out there to come rock with you, man.
Yeah. Yo, this shit, but for real, though, all bullshit aside, I appreciate that, Nick.
Yeah.
I hope y'all can fuck with me, but I ain't even tell y'all my other hustle I just fell up on today.
Let's go.
Right.
What is
I'm gonna let y'all hear it. This is how real it is. Somebody called me this morning and was like, yo, you ever thought about doing Whoop Whoop in the Scoop? And I was like, hell no.
Let's hear
Look.
it.
Happens to lack of knowledge. You went to a dealer that hold on. Hold on. Your friend buys a car. Car note is $600 a month. You went to North Star Kia. Your car note is much less. You know how many people this happens to? Lack of knowledge. You went to a dealer that tells you your credit is so bad, that's all you can get. You should have came down to North Star Kia. North Star Kia offers the best selection of new and pre-owned cars. Get the car you want. Don't get stuck in the car you hate. North Star Kia on Northern Boulevard, Queens. Bad credit? No problem. We get people approved. Visit NorthstarKiaNY.com today. They got me doing voiceovers for commercials.
Listen, Ro, you are so dope. I'm so proud of you. That's what's up.
Yo,
That's
what the fuck
what's up.
Let me borrow $1.
Right.
Voiceovers for Kia commercials?
That's dumb.
Hey, I just want $1. That's it, man. $4.
I want $1. Shit.
Can I borrow your
Damn,
car?
we doing voiceovers. We doing voiceovers for Kia. What the fuck is that?
You got the voice.
Yeah, but that's iHeart Radio.
That's dope.
Dope.
That's a big one.
Like, yo, do this one script, download this app, do the joint, woo, 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 woo. I did this shit while I was on the treadmill.
Classic.
But you've always been like supernatural at all of this.
Look.
So it doesn't surprise me, but I'm so proud. Like,
so we know each other.
Yes.
That's dope.
Who does voiceovers? Like, what's next?
You.
Yeah, what's it?
You want to do cartoons? Sign up with Crunchyroll, because they're a bunch of it's a company that they just brought to Dallas, and they do a bunch of anime stuff.
Yeah.
And they always hiring. So if you could do like a couple of different voices, you probably get it, because I'm waiting to hear back if I'm gonna get it or not.
But you know the best shit is like my son wants to be an actor and all of this different stuff. So like he'd be super nervous about doing it, and I'd be like, yo, I do everything. And he's like, yo, Dad, what do you mean? I like, yo, look at what I be doing. I do everything. I make shirts, hats, voiceovers, comedy shows, plays. I do whatever. I don't care. There's no limit to our hustle, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Because no skill is arbitrary. You use all of that stuff later.
But the girl who hit me with that shit right there saw me on the podcast last night.
That's dope. That's that voice.
Exposure that you need.
That's that voice.
Yeah.
It is.
That's the Jada Kiss.
You know it. Do that.
Hold on, I gotta play this and representing our boy.
Awesome. I just want you to know. I'll let you know. It ain't where I've been. Stop for the world.
It's choppy.
No, it's choppy.
Yeah.
I can't hear it. It's choppy.
We can hear it.
Oh, that's Jay-Z and Pharrell.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
And y'all don't even know I wear glasses.
Come on. You
gotta get up and dance.
When you babies
With
in
the
the
ribbies to the system.
telling when I fucking will I just that's what they be
That's what they be yelling.
blood, not relation, y'all be not be placed drunk on Chris.
Yes, there you go.
Oh,
There
you cut the best part.
Oh, my bad. Go
Oh,
ahead.
I was ready.
Finish. Hold
I
on.
was ready to sing off key.
Hold on. Finish.
What?
Finish it, Smiley.
Well, I got to finish. I don't want to rap.
You the rapper.
Don't golf kiss, mommy
I
on
retired.
E. Can't keep a little bottle, hands off me.
There you go.
In the club, hot sitting off, and I wish
And I wish I never met her at all.
It gets better on another round. It's about
About
to
to
go
go down.
6 bottle chicks, 6 bottles of Chris, 4 Belvedere's. Got
over there, got weed everywhere.
me, you, and you.
Hey,
we glasses.
Go somewhere probably where we could discuss.
Discuss
We can start the
fashion.
show. Yeah,
That's right. Woo,
I'm
woo.
on cue. I'm
I'm
on
ready
cue.
to rap. I'm ready.
Woo, 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 woo.
Okay, y'all. Today's topic, that was our intro.
You know.
I know we came in turn.
For real. Hold on. I'm gonna try something real quick.
But if I start getting to do like voiceovers for like Charles Barker, Lexus, shit like that, that's just gonna be serious.
We're
And
gonna have
then
to
the
pick
young
you up
lady-
off the flow.
Yo, the young lady told me the dude that she had doing it before, he made $10,000 a month doing voiceovers.
There's some real money in there.
Keep talking, y'all.
I do impressions.
Oh, I'm like, yo,
Dude,
what do you
record
want?
that and send it to one of them damn agencies. I'm telling you,
Or
Crunchyroll is
something.
hiring.
I could do a Puerto Rican. I could do a Spanish joint too.
Let me see.
Something. Hey, yo, listen, man. Sometimes I go down to Virginia, I chill with my guy, I don't know nothing, or maybe something like that, little, maybe, no, something like that. I do whatever, man. I buy cars, I sell cars. I smoke, I no smoke. You want something?
I'm
I-
so done.
Yeah.
The Iranian guy offered me some goat.
You said off your goat.
Want a goat?
I ain't hear. She said goat or something else.
That be the
Go.
Iranian guy.
You know, in the store, they was like, would you like some goat? Y'all don't have them down there?
Nah.
They don't do that? Oh, my bad. I guess that's an Arkansas thing.
That should have get your page. That should have get your page flagged. Yo, but what y'all niggas know about this Chinese umbrella, yo, the balloon? What the fuck is going on? Y'all know about the balloon?
No comment.
Balloon.
Y'all ain't
Oh,
heard
yeah.
about the balloon?
I did. You know about the one that they shot down?
Oh,
Yeah.
that
They
one.
said
Okay,
that
yeah,
this
it was on the news.
balloon From what?
China.
China. Korea.
It was China.
It's two of them, isn't it?
It's another one.
I thought it was two.
No, that one was number 4.
That was the 4th balloon.
That was the 4th one.
But how they get a balloon? How they control the direction and trajectory of a balloon?
Science,
Because it
apparently.
ain't a balloon.
You know they got propulsion systems on all of that stuff, man.
So it's a
Come
drone.
on,
That
bro.
ain't no balloon.
So it's a drone in the shape of a balloon.
I'll take that, but I know it ain't no balloon.
You can say that.
Yeah, because I done seen a lot of niggas die and I let balloons go and they ain't go the way I wanted them to. So I'm just, let me write that joke down for next week, man. How the fuck these niggas control a balloon all the way across the Americas? The shit came from the West Coast and they shot it down in South Carolina. Talking about we was waiting for it to get over top of some water. Hey, bro, listen, bro. Stop it. Y'all ain't had to shoot it down. Just catch it. It's a balloon. It ain't fighting back. It's just floating. Go up behind it, grab it, pull it in the car, and drive off. I didn't see niggas get kidnapped, bro. Ain't no way they can't get a balloon.
I'm saying.
Let me write all that. I'm gonna write all of that down. So next week when y'all hear it,
I ain't no
like,
way.
balloon.
Well, I seen that. I seen somebody get snatched up one time in Canada, bro. That's wild.
We live on Facebook, babes. Okay. Here's the topic of the day. Ready? Why do men and women struggle in relationships? Now here's my key, and let me tell me if I'm right. Do you think men struggle during and women struggle finding, or the opposite?
Say that again.
Repeat that.
Why do
Yeah.
men and women struggle in relationships?
Okay.
Is it normal for men to struggle during the relationship and women struggle finding a relationship, or vice versa?
I think it's a little bit of
When-
both.
When you say
Yeah.
finding, are you saying when somebody's actively seeking
Correct.
another person?
Correct. It's harder. I think women struggle finding because our people's standards.
I would agree.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that.
What do
I
you
think
think?
it's because women don't approach men, so it's harder to find something that you're looking for without looking for.
Not only that,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
got the fact that you got to factor in the fact that as dudes, we don't actually be looking for relationships, especially when you're young.
Right.
You- most of us end up in relationships because we had that conversation where a girl look at you and say, "We need to talk." So what are we doing? That's how a lot of us end up in relationships.
Right.
We don't look for them. So
Mhm.
I don't know if it's that girls can't find them or it's just that's something that they want so much that the frequency of it happening make it seem lopsided.
But the thing about it is, though, homeboy, is that they women that are not willing to approach and make a relationship have no control over how the relationship happens.
Mm.
Unless the guy is assertive verbally. You dig what I'm saying? Like if a woman is feeling a guy and she won't holler at him, she
Mhm.
can never be with him because he might feel like I can't get her, so I never shoot my shot. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I think
But look, isn't that so old school though? Isn't women today approaching men?
are you?
Not,
Am I?
not like that.
Wait a minute. Are you? Wait a minute. Hold on, Roy. Are you asking me? Do I approach? Will I approach a man?
I'm not asking will you, I'm asking are you currently?
There's nothing to approach.
That so there's no man.
If it's somebody that I'm attracted to, or I feel that him and I can hit it off, sure, by all means, I will approach him.
Based on your background, he got to be an alien because you in space. I'm just saying, for real, for real. Like I get what you're saying though, but yes, in today's world, a lot more women approach men because the numbers are
Yeah.
shit is all balanced. The balance is completely thrown off right now. So if you're a guy who has 6.8 out of 10 points, yo, you're a superhero.
Mm.
For real, for real.
Let me
'Cause
ask you in this, during a relationship, what do you normally struggle with your mate?
communication.
Communication.
Me
Okay.
too.
Yeah, every level of communication: verbal, physical, emotional, mental, structural, foundational, cemental, 9/11 towers broke down.
Okay.
Every all.
Look, I'm gonna tell you the top 4 that I found because I did my research on this topic.
Mhm.
Men struggle during a relationship with the pressure to be in charge, fear of rejection, performance anxiety, and hiding mental health issues from a partner.
All right, so can y'all do me a favor? Can you repeat the first one and y'all ladies speak on why y'all think men feel that? Say it again.
Pressure to be in charge.
So why do y'all feel like men struggle with that without being derogatory toward men saying they're beta males or whatever? Like, let's be honest. Like, have a real conversation.
No, I will.
Hey, Tootie.
I know for me, that's a challenge of relinquishing my right to be me. As far as a man leading me, I haven't grown up with that. No, like, so I say it all the time. It doesn't change. I really mean it. I have to really trust you to listen to what you got to say as far as leading me to do something.
So can I ask you something in reference to that?
Absolutely.
When is the last time you met someone who you were comfortable with letting them lead you, regardless. I don't care if it's work. I don't care what it is. Someone.
Oh, at work, all bets are off because I need my chick.
Right. So okay. So we're
but in a relationship, as far as
but what I'm trying to get you, what I'm trying to.
I see where you're going.
The point I'm trying to make is since you left your parents' home and became an independent person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the last person that you felt deserved the right to lead you?
I had a really good friend that passed away in 2018.
A friend.
Yeah.
He led you.
And
he led you. They led you.
Yeah, he died.
So he led you.
Yeah, I trusted him because you know my eye situation. But when I was in the worst of it, when I was in the worst of it, that was like he was my go-to person. He passed away. Then I have another friend that was there to pick up all of the pieces when I was in shambles. So,
but is that leading, but is that leading or is that being supportive? Like, it's a difference. So, as a friend, what I'm trying to say is,
for me, I guess you're right. I guess it would be the second one being more supportive. And I say that to say because I'm not used to that.
Right.
But
I've always been a person who had to do it myself.
Yeah, but I got homegirls that have been supportive of me, but that don't mean that in a relationship I would allow them. I would say that I felt like I was leading them because we're friends. So I gave them
in certain things. I took leadership from him because we worked in the same field.
Right, but
I want to say
support was more so than leadership. So I'm with you now.
All right.
I just think that for me, speaking personally for me, I want a guy to lead. Like, even if I approach him first, and I'm like, okay, I like you, I'm digging you or whatever it is. I feel like he has to pick up that conversation and he has to lead. Not because I'm a follower, but I think I'm just naturally a submissive woman in a relationship. So I look for a man to lead. So if he's telling me to do something, not in a controlling way, in a respectful way, but if he's saying, okay, let's, if he makes plans and I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And especially if it makes sense, that's where I'm at. So I never want my mate to feel like he can't lead. I need him to lead because that's his role, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to put titles on, but I feel like that's his role. Like as a woman, I need him to lead. If he's head of household, you gotta be head of household. You gotta lead.
So the initial question, the pressure, how do you guys feel in your current relationships? Do you feel what is one thing that you feel pressured about when you're on this subject? Financial pressure. Okay.
Mine is go ahead, Smiley.
I mean, I got a certain vision for my family, and in order to reach that vision, certain financial moves have to be made and sacrifices have to be made. And sometimes the decision that I'm gonna make may not be the popular one. So I'm essentially, and it's not just my situation, like this is just something in general. I mean, it's a little bit accurate on my end, but what tends to happen is as men, we end up carrying the responsibility of making certain decisions, whether it be something financial or otherwise, for the good of the family. But it's like medicine. You know what I mean? Yeah, you don't like it when it go down, but it worked for you on the back end.
Right.
Sometimes when we make those decisions, you get some pushback because it's not what they may want to do in that moment. You know what I mean? So, and that's one of those things a lot of dudes kind of hit the wall with dealing with their women, because what she wants to do or what the kids want to do or what, you know what I mean, or whoever.
Right.
You know, you decide to make a call, like, let's say, all right, y'all want to do Disney World this summer. You as that financial breadwinner saying, okay, well, we looking to buy a property by November. We can't make that. We can't take that expense right now.
Right.
You're gonna piss everybody in that house off, especially if they was already thinking this conversation about Disney World had already been going on. But if we take this Disney World trip, it's gonna throw our finances off. So when it's time for us to get into the underwriting process to buy this next property,
You done charged on
we
your
can end
credit
up
card.
not just getting charged. It can actually take us out of the loan.
Right. That's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? So somebody got to be the bad guy, and that's where that kind of pressure that as men we kind of just take on anyway. Somebody have to be the bad guy, and a lot of times we end up shouldering their responsibility.
Right. Okay, ladies, I'm going to play this clip and I want you to tell me what you think of her. She talks fast, so I really hope you guys can hear it. This was sent from Steve. Here we go.
Rose seem to be a high commodity nowadays, so let's just go ahead and get straight into it. This is another case of Black women not minding their business. Y'all didn't care about male order brides until Black men happened to make it popular, but of course you feel entitled to being the BBC commander when something no longer benefits you, although these are the same men that you said you didn't want, didn't need, and they are broke. I'm gonna be honest, going overseas to travel frequently and live does not equate to broke. But then again, this just simply speaks to the delusion and hypocrisy of women. These men have been very clear in their message. They've said time and time again, they wanted wives, someone they could build with, start their family with, someone they could create a legacy with. What y'all heard was they wanted someone that they can control. Y'all minimize being a wife simply down to being a slave, even so much as telling those other women overseas that they're uneducated and practicing sex tourism. And in turn, a lot of y'all have took your degree and traded it in for an OnlyFans profile. Nobody said anything when women were going to Dubai. We know why you were going. Nobody said anything when women were flying state to state getting flued out. We know what you were doing. Nobody said anything when Nigerian and Jamaican men needed green cards and y'all started falsifying marriage documents so you could drive your Range Rover with your red bottoms. Let's just call a spade a spade. Y'all wanted the option to go back to these men after the man that you really wanted was done dragging you through the mud.
What do y'all think of? Do y'all agree?
Yeah.
I agree with her.
I
agree with her 100%.
Okay.
You
I
know,
know that
think
video.
about it, you know what, and you know, I love my sisters, I love my women, but women, I mean, we have this hidden secrecy about the things that we do. We don't like to verbalize it, nor do we like to talk about
Y'all think that shit hit. That shit ain't hit.
I didn't hear you. What you said.
Let her cook, bro. Let her cook.
Go ahead, Tanya.
My bad.
I forgot I forgot my thought. But again, we a lot of women, I'm not going to say me in particular, but women have a tendency of having this secret society where, you know, they don't tell on themselves. They will tell on the opposite sex, but they don't tell on themselves. And that's just been my experience in dealing with women and listening to women's conversations.
Right.
And let me say this before we go on. I read the top 4 things men struggle during. These are the top 4 things that women struggle finding. It's difficult finding an independent guy. Independent women are looking for knowledgeable men. It's difficult to find single, dedicated men, and some men can be needy. Those were the top 4. That's crazy as hell to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It is. Nah. To the sound bite you just played, like I know exactly who that was. I literally just saw that maybe an hour ago. All right, I follow that person on social media and everything. What she talking about is a phenomenon called the passport bros.
Right. The new shit.
Man, hey, look, that conversation been showing up on my timeline and in my phone calls.
Yeah,
like,
I subscribe to her on TikTok. She's dope.
Send that to me.
Yeah, I want it too.
Okay. I'll send
Please
it to you.
send that to me.
So y'all, we're live on Facebook and we got
Passport bros. Y'all ain't never heard of them dudes?
No, it's the lady. Her name is I'll tell you her name. Her name is Paradise Paris.
Mm-hmm.
It's her.
Yeah, but
He's talking about the passport bros, but she has a
we,
lot.
hey, we can make that a whole nother topic another day.
Yeah.
Cause that one got layers.
Okay.
But
So,
as
hold
far
on.
as the top 4 things,
Uh-huh.
all right, the top 4 things, right? Go ahead, run through them one more time for me, just to make sure I'm clear.
Okay. Top 4 things. It's difficult finding an independent guy. Independent women are looking for knowledgeable men. It's difficult to find single, dedicated men, and some men can be needy.
Okay, on number 4, true.
That was some men can be needy. Go ahead, Smiley.
True. Now, on number 1, as far as finding independent guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
The stats don't support it. The struggle is finding an independent guy who has all of the other attributes you want. That's the struggle.
Right.
Now, blackdemographics.com, that's where Kevin Samuels got a lot of his statistics from. One of the ones he throwed out all the time was 54% of black men are single and unmarried. I mean, single and childless. And I forgot the percentage, but a bunch of those were that's slated to be middle class. So you got all of these dudes who are financially literate. They stable. They have their own setup. They not staying at mama and them highs. They ain't sleeping on the homeboy couch. None of that stuff. They single and they don't have kids. They got their checks.
Right.
They don't have the other qualities that women are looking for. He not tall enough. He not cute enough. And he ain't really got no swag. He kind of corny. Like them the dudes. This is right here one of those reasons why you see so many women sharing a baby daddy, because that particular dude had those other qualities.
Right.
He might not have
You heard that statistic though, Smiley? I don't mean to cut you off, brother. They said 16% of the men have 80% of the babies. That's crazy.
So
that's crazy.
I was talking to my daughter about that a couple of weeks ago, right? I'm like, one of the reasons why you hear that the narrative about black men being deadbeat fathers is not that all these black dudes is dead. What it is, you have 80% of the women sharing 16% of the dudes, because those are the dudes who have the aesthetic.
Right.
It's the reason why people like Nick Cannon, Young Boy, and all these other, these dudes, they millionaires, but them dudes exist every day in the hood. Where they got 7, 8, 9, 12, 13 baby mamas, but they got the look, they got the aesthetic. So these women will get with him knowing he ain't a good choice. He not a good choice.
Right.
But because he got all of the other things that she liked, she rolled the dice.
Right. We're live on Facebook and we got a question. Bryant Farrell asks, what about the lyrics to WAP and other sexual explicit lyrics? Basically meaning, does that derive anybody's decision?
It's reverse woman empowerment. Like they kind of
they got tricked.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. But my personal opinion is right.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember Hip Hop Is Dead? That movement?
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. That was all made to remove the killing, shooting rapper shit. Right.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna stop promoting that, and we're gonna start promoting dance music. If it didn't have a dance to go along with it, we're not gonna put it out. We're not gonna push it. We're not gonna promote it. Right.
Right.
That was cool. But where they fucked up was y'all saved the little young men at that moment. That was the initial intent, but y'all lost the girls.
You
lost the girls. So all the dancing shit, it became a down south. Atlanta took over the music, or let's say down south took over the music scene, but down south music scene was the best hidden secret.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because everything was built on a strip club. If you want to be popping down south, in down south, you go to strip club, you pay the DJ, they play your shit, the baddest girl in the club come out to your shit, and you the livest nigga in the city. That became a phenomenon. It took over. So we saved the guys, the plan was, but we lost the girls. And everybody knows, and I don't want to say this as a man and admit it, but the facts are the facts. You'll never be as strong as you can be as a man without a woman. It'll never happen.
Right.
You'll never be that person because you're always searching for something. When you find that one who's your root, and you are there together, that's when you become the best you that you can be. That's because that's what God meant for us to be. That
Right.
family, like I say about raising kids, right? You have children, you water your seeds, your life will be fruitful. Same thing with a woman. You have that, you develop that bond, and you can then blossom into the best you because you're not searching for something.
And that's the key. You can't have two leads.
Right. And then yeah.
In today's world, women are so independent and they feel like they can be leaders.
And
And
they can, though.
they can, but
Yeah, but just
you
do it
won't-
alone. Do it alone.
It's context to it. It's
Yeah, do it
context,
alone.
right?
I started asking
So-
a question. I get it that you're so independent, but if you want to be independent, then why are you looking for a partner?
right.
Doesn't
Right.
make sense. You're not looking for a partner, you're looking for an assistant.
And then we have to, I read or I heard this saying and it made so much sense where a woman, like, because there has to be some equal, there has to be a balance to the relationship. So, but the man is the head, but the head can't do anything without the neck. So the woman is the neck while the man is the head because he leads, but he cannot maneuver without that support of the neck. And that's where the woman comes into play.
But what I think a lot of the stuff that we're having problems with nowadays is that we're trying to incorporate old school mentality into new school ways and vice versa. You dig what I'm saying? Like you can't say be the protector and the provider and blah, 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 right? Because back then, James Evans was everything that a woman describes about a man in 2023, but they had a 2-bedroom apartment with 4 kids.
Right.
They didn't go to Jamaica. They didn't have Louis Vuitton. They didn't drive Mercedes.
And
They
in
didn't
today,
have
you're broke. And in today, like that lifestyle, you're broke.
right. But to provide and protect is based on needs, not wants. So when you're talking provide and protect, I'll provide and protect for you. We got a 2-bedroom apartment with 3 kids. We good. We got a bunk bed and another twin bed on the side. Everybody's good. That's where all the Black family camaraderie came from. Sleeping on the bed with your cousins and they feet be in your face and y'all all on the same bed. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all build a fort in the room because y'all stay in the auntie house tonight and all them parents went out. And then next week, y'all stay at somebody else's house because that mama wanted to go out. That's what life was all about. We don't have that no more. All the morals and the breakdowns and the 50-50 talk and all this bullshit. I don't want to be with nobody that feel like I need to pay all the bills and you don't need to do shit. Fuck you, suck my ass. Sorry, excuse my language.
Bro, I feel like you meant it though, bro.
Yeah, he
I
meant
was
that
just saying,
sucker
just a
ass.
little bit. I feel like that you kind of meant that. I mean,
Because
you're
I
not
be
sorry for what you
seeing
said.
because I be seeing that shit all over the social media and all the internet, and I agree. The man's supposed to be the provider and protector, but back then people weren't going to Dubai, bro.
Yeah.
You weren't sitting. Yo, what do
The
kids?
goalpost moved.
What do kids expect for a 16th birthday?
With social media now today,
With
A
social
car.
media today, you give
I
a
saw this video
kid
last
a
night.
Honda.
I saw this video last night, and I don't even know if it was staged, but this woman had got her daughter a car for her
The
birthday.
Tesla.
a
Tesla.
Tesla.
Yeah.
I saw
And
That's
the
it.
girl was
exactly
like,
what I
I
was
didn't want this.
talking
I
about,
asked
yeah.
for a Mercedes. I'm like,
Right.
oh,
She said, I don't like electric cars.
And then she
Yeah,
said,
and
"This
then
is all
she
the
gave her
this is all the money
$1,500
you
in
gave
cash.
for my
And-
birthday."
And gave her cash
$1,500 in cash. And she said, you gonna give me this little bit of money? This my birthday.
and threw it at her mom.
And she wouldn't know she had another one if it came when it.
I can watch the whole video because I was shocked. Like I was
Okay.
shocked. So I stopped. I was like, is this girl, is this for real?
I'm
So
like,
I
that had
see
to
the
be
part where
staged.
she threw the money, but I didn't see that. I was just like,
It has to be
I
staged.
think that was staged.
I
I
was
honestly
so-
do.
But
But
sadly,
you know what the weird part though, even though it was staged, is really what's going on in the world though.
exactly.
yeah.
That's the part that needs to be recognized. Don't worry about whether it was staged or not. This is what people think that other people want to watch because it's entertaining. And it's the
Yeah.
breakdown in the break. Like look, you watch Krishan and Blueface.
Oh gosh, yes.
Terrible, right? Terrible, right?
It's
Look at all the
awful.
other Look at all the other shows that are black oriented, where all it is violence and ignorance and disrespect.
And
Right?
I hadn't seen it. I don't even know what that is.
Show me
It's
one.
all black reality TV.
Show me one like that. You
I don't watch none of them.
Look at TikTok, look at Instagram, Facebook, all them reels. You never see white people shooting at gas stations. You never see white people fighting in the street. You see all black. They promote that.
Yeah.
That's what China did with TikTok. Do y'all know in China, TikTok only is development, right?
Educational purposes.
And educational purpose. They said, yo, we're gonna make the Americans so stupid. We're gonna make it to where all they do is like dance videos, shit with animals, stupid shit. 7 seconds. We're gonna mold their brains to only work on a 7-second basis.
And they succeeded.
And look at all of us. They succeeded. All of us are dead. We all drones. We all robots, my nigga.
Yeah.
So
Real
today
shit.
I posted this thing on Facebook and it said social media kill the value of friendships, morals, relationships, and privacy.
It did.
And then this guy, he says it was people. I said, well, they did it for shares and likes, so it's still the same thing, right? Do y'all agree?
Yeah.
I thought that's what I thought. I'm like, they needed somewhere to share their bullshit, and social media allows them to do it. So
Right.
I don't
So
think half the people are the people that they are online.
Nah, not even.
It's a facade.
But
Yeah.
when it comes to the relationship stuff, like just try to bring it back around full circle, right, Nick?
Yeah.
They this world that we're in right now is not built to be a everything from the 50s and the 60s and 70s world. It's not realistic. I would love for a woman to sit down in front of me and write down bills, right? How much money I make, how much money you make. Write down everything that gets paid, everything that needs to be paid, everything that wants to be done, trips, Louis luggage, all of the above, and show me how's it reasonable. I watched the video where the guy said, y'all women who are were the women that were fucking with all the drug dealers that are they're all now locked up and dead. Y'all looking for working niggas to do drug dealing nigga shit. It's not how it goes. It's not how it goes. You can't, the drug dealers are gone, right? The street niggas is gone. Now you fucking with the working nigga, and we get paid. If a nigga says this, let me see what I can do. I'm gonna holler at you next week. Nigga, that means
That's
no.
some real shit though.
No, it means no. It means no. I don't got it. I'm not buying you a fucking couch. Fuck you.
Let's put a clause in there. Not
They go to
all
one.
women.
They go to one.
Right.
Babe, don't go to work today. I'm gonna pay for your whole day off.
Them
niggas.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers get used to them niggas. And then you get a nigga with a job and you like, no, you gonna take your ass to work. You got PTO?
Once or twice.
I was guilty.
Once or twice. But that was back in my single days. I would say shit like, yo, can you take off work tomorrow? It's supposed to like rain super hard and I want you to come over here and chill. Oh my God, I gotta work. All right. No disrespect. How much you make an hour? $21. All right. Times 8, that equals up to $167. I'll give you that.
Y'all know what I can't stand as a woman. I don't mean to cut you off just by you saying that. I hate when people count people's pockets.
I hate that.
That was for a purpose though.
Yeah.
But that count was for a purpose.
No. I understand that, but I'm saying a lot of women out here, when they're dating, they count pockets. So if a man spends, okay, you spend $50 on a date and then you did this and this, and then they let's say they don't complain about it. Let's say future wise, you go somewhere else and then the woman pays, let's say half of the bill this time, and then the man pays on the next date, right? But then the man will complain to the one, well, I just spent this much on you. What do you expect?
But that's fair though.
But let's say, is it fair if, let's say he paid $50 the first date. The second date, she paid half of the bill, which was, let's say, $50. So they're equal.
But it's still 75, 25. Go ahead.
How's it 75? Oh, okay, you're right. Okay, mathematician. I hate you, Ro.
My nigga who's been in the shit. So what do you say? Go ahead.
Right.
I've done this.
Okay, so as it ends, they go on 5 dates and the woman pays more. But let's say I'm just giving a scenario of sucking niggas, basically. So the woman pays more after 5 dates, but then the man will throw it in her face. What type of bullshit is that? But then she's like, he's cool. Like, I like him. Is that what you see yourself with?
But do you believe though that, right? Because I'm gonna tell you what happens a lot of times to men. We get broke down to only wanting sex, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not the reality. It's not the reality. It's not that. That's not what we're asking for. But would you continue to pay a car note and never drive the car?
Absolutely not.
Right. So to us, it's kind of like, it's not that we're asking for sex, but knowing that that option is not even an option.
Right.
Us coming home after the date is not even an option. Us saying, yo, what we doing after this? Oh, I'm about to go home. You know how we do. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. I'll call you in the morning. Like, you feel played, you feel used.
Right.
And women, you know what I'm gonna tell you? Women will never understand it until the generation that we got right now of these same-sex marriages, unfortunately, start to break down and dwindle. These women that were married to women who now get treated like men, in the court systems, they're gonna be like, yo, fuck out of here. Yo, how did y'all niggas do this? That's real, bro. I'm telling you, that shit is real. Women are gonna start to see how men got treated when the women, because right now, and I don't want to call it a fad, because I do believe that people have desires of same sexes or whatever the case is, right? I don't want to call it a fad. I don't want to minimize them. But when it starts to do what regular evolution does, and it starts to fall off and people start getting divorced, and you've been the masculine woman in the relationship for the last couple of years, now the judge says, you got to pay alimony and child support. They're going to go to their male cousins and say, why you didn't tell me? Right.
Let me ask y'all this, because of the subject, why do men and women struggle in relationships? Do you think people expect love too quickly?
Absolutely.
People mistake love. They mistake it. Go ahead, Lily.
That's what I was going to say. I think a lot of people mistake love for lust. And I think a lot of people mistake a long time for a good time. And they get it confused because people get caught up in the idea of this good time or this short time and then the honeymoon phase. People get caught up in that and they don't realize that this feeling is temporary. And it comes from not being authentic with themselves and not being authentic with the situation or the relationship. If you're not real or authentic with or who you really truly are, and you get into a relationship, it's temporary because it's a temporary feeling. And so that's where people struggle. So if I'm with you and I'm being 100, like, this is what I do. This is ABC, X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3. And I'm keeping it real from 100. Day one, I lay my cards out and you accept me for who I am. That relationship is going to last 10 times longer. Then you're like, oh, I don't know. I guess I can do this. Let me go ahead and do this 30-day challenge. Make sure I get my man. I'm going to cook every day. It's a facade. It's fake. Right. It's not going to work.
Right.
So that's where the struggle is. The struggle is in the idea of having something. That's just like getting married, not to get married. It's getting married just to have a wedding, just to have the attention, just to have the friends around, just to throw a party.
Right.
It's commitment.
Yeah. Agreed. Okay, let me ask you guys this. Did anybody have anything to say on that? I know Lanita spoke on that one.
I agree with
I agree with
She
it.
kind of nailed it.
Yeah,
She nailed it. I ain't got nothing to add.
especially in this era, is totally a facade.
Okay. What about wanting to meet the kids too quickly? You start dating and let's say you go on, and I'll speak to the ladies because I know I ain't even gonna say that. That can go both ways. That can really go both ways. Eating the kids too quickly, can that put a hinder on a relationship if one person says, no, I don't want you to meet my kids yet?
What is
I think that's I think that's a discussion that needs to be had. Before I bring anybody around my children, I need to have a discussion with you. Do you have children? Are you comfortable with me being around your children? When is a good time for you to introduce me to your children? When's a good time for me to introduce you? I think it's a
Hold
in a
on.
relationship.
What if you met a guy and they introduce you to their children the second time you guys hung out? You met their kids, and then they wanted to meet your kids. Would you allow it?
No, I wouldn't, because that's putting a label on the relationship. You know, it's just too fast and too soon. You know, and then too, you know, you don't get the kids involved into something that you don't know if it's going to be a relationship or something steady. So no, I don't think there's too much thought put towards that when that happens.
I agree with you, but I also think that it depends on the environment. I know I have a friend that she introduced her guy to her kids, but it was in an environment where her kids didn't really know that she was around another guy. So they went to like a jump park or whatever, and that's what they did. So it wasn't like, and she was kind of seeing how they interacted. I thought that was a good idea. I thought that was pretty slick, because it was like, okay, well, she's not formally introducing her kids, but she's also seeing how the kids interact with one another and how he interacted with her kids. So I thought it was a good idea.
Right. I get that.
As a man though, like I got boys. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that I never wanted or never felt like I shouldn't introduce anybody. I introduced them for who they was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yo, hey, yo, what's up, Dad? I met this one. You did what? Yo, it's a light skinned joint. I just met at 7-Eleven. You know where I be getting the firewood from? Yeah, she pulled up. Bad joint. She's about to come over here. Code red. What is code red? Go in your rooms. Don't come out until I give you the sign.
What if your kids were 5, 6, and 7?
Go in your room and don't come out until I'm dead. I still got to live, y'all. Like, goddamn, I'm supposed to go get a hotel. Like, nah, nigga, go in your room. She go in my room. I close the door. I come out, tell the kids everything's okay. Dad's all right.
5, 6, and 7.
They should be in bed.
They should be in the bed. They should already be in the bed. Somebody's
Y'all
getting some melatonin if they're not asleep already.
You drugging your kids, goddamn Whitney and Bobby.
We're gonna go home and pick a fight and whoop them and put them in the bed. Take your ass to bed.
No, I don't even need them to go to bed. Just go in your room. Wait for me to close my door. You can open your doors. Y'all can roam around the house. You can make a grilled cheese sandwich. Just slide one under the door. You know what I'm saying? I got boys though. So to me, it was like, you know what I'm saying? I never hid who I was to my kids because I never introduced people as a potential girlfriend. It was like, yo, I just met this girl. She cool. She about to come over and kick it. You know, don't look at her as nothing more than somebody I just met. She's cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? I seen the joint do the walk of shame before, coming out my bedroom in the morning and my kids' room doors be open and they were sitting there playing their game and they looked over like, bye. See you later. Are we gonna see you again? My kids was terrible. They're like, are we gonna see you tomorrow?
Flush you out.
Wow.
Okay, I got another clip that I'm gonna play for you guys, and this is in the words of Trav. Why are Black men the least married?
Do it. Get Smiley. Do it, Smiley. Do it.
Tune it.
And here we go.
sitting at their graduation engaged. And the question came up, well, why is that not the reality for Black women? I know y'all not gonna like what I gotta say, but you know me, I'm gonna say it anyways. First and foremost, Black women are above reproach. If it don't validate us or excuse our bad behavior, we don't want to hear it. Instead, we'll say, well, men do it too. Secondly, we'll find every excuse in the world to validate why we don't want to be married or why we don't want to be in a relationship. Well, they get cheated on. Well, they do this. Well, they do that. But then we have all these standards for men, and we're still actively seeking for men in the midst of our hurt while inadvertently telling them to go to therapy. We do not practice what we preach. Thirdly, the independent woman is a myth. Actually cared about being independent and it was something that made you happy, you would not have all these standards to negate your independence. Nobody wants to relinquish power. Find every excuse in the world to not be submissive and wonder why white women can get away with their bad behavior. We take everything bad from white women, except for the fact using marriage to our own benefit. But you'll run to the child support office though. Equality against men, and the only time we actually want to be equal to men is when it comes to degenerate behavior, hypersexuality, abusing or abandoning children. Even when it comes to the gold digger conversation, what you don't see those other women do, even when they are just screwing men for money, is bashing men and inadvertently making men feel like they're not important. Also, too, telling them that they don't need men. Psychologically, we have been taught to disassociate ourselves. And even in that Malcolm X quote, where he says the Black woman is the most disrespected, he also says to be near your man. Because who taught you to hate the very race that you're supposed to be with?
Ladies.
I agree with her again. And I don't know, I know it's a different person, but.
Nope, same girl.
That's
Oh,
same
it's the
girl.
same person?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I agree with I agree with her.
Yeah.
Double standards.
But you know the best about everything that she said though, like as a man, I'm gonna tell you as a man, right? I've been fortunate. I've never come across a woman that thought like none of that shit that she said.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I literally have only been attracted to and attracted women who had a more realistic mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I fortunately can say I've never been with a woman who had any of those expectations or unrealistic expectations for me. It was never a thing.
I mean,
I'll be honest.
do we think that the way that women are today, I feel like their mindset is either underdeveloped or immature to even get to this level, because to me it's just it's shameful.
Or they watch too much social media.
Yeah, I think it's just shameful. Like, and I feel like that it just doesn't make sense to me. I can't make
That's
sense.
why I seen a meme this morning that said today's generation will never love soul food because the grandmamas is 33. Bitch, I almost died.
Wow.
They like,
Yeah.
I see
They
this.
don't even know what fried smothered pork chops and collard greens taste like. They like, well, I'm not eating that. You know what I'm saying?
They're
Like,
too busy eating crab boils and
yeah,
going out.
And
Yeah.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, man. This is where I think we dropped the ball as a generation of parents. Not to say one of y'all or me, but just collectively, we were so hell bent on trying to give our kids everything we didn't have that we overcorrected.
I would
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
We
That's true, too.
overcorrected.
Generational curse. Generational curse. Yeah.
So we had culture, we had morals, we had guidelines and standards. We didn't have money. So when we got up, we started making money. We started throwing money at every problem.
Mhm.
Right. Bro,
We
I
didn't
seen
have
my
those conversations.
my homegirl had a birthday party for her son, yo. He turned 1. Her husband told me he spent $1,400 on the birthday party.
No.
And I said, bro, they won't even remember.
Remember it.
He spent how much on a birthday party?
$1,400 on a 1-year-old.
Dumbest.
1,400?
But this is what I'm saying. But this is what I'm saying. So as quick as y'all are willing to say how dumb and stupid that is, he literally did what his woman wanted done.
But $1,400 for a 1-year-old?
Listen, I'm not
Hey,
saying right or wrong.
Hey, hold on,
He
Ro.
did
Hold on, Ro.
kept the peace in his
Big game.
household.
Listen. There is no, I ain't gonna say no, but the number of fathers out here who are trying to spend that kind of money on the first birthday is very minimal. If a dude is doing that, it is because the woman in his life is asking for it. That is something that is a woman's request.
It's not even asking. She's telling, she's saying, I want this decoration, this venue, this amount of gift bags, this in the gift bags. I want these people to be there. I want a fucking red carpet. It's not for the kid, it's for the parent. But what I'm saying is,
do you think there's some men out there that do the same thing?
Yeah,
Minimal.
and they're in
Minimal.
the LGBTQZ relation. And I mean, I don't know a man who actually is paying for it that's gonna offer to pay $1,500 for the party. Not the 1-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Cake and ice cream.
My son graduated. My son graduated high school. I told him we could throw you a $20,000 party right in the backyard, or I can give you $2,500.
What happened to the jumpers in the front yard for $50
Yeah.
all day and a pizza and ice cream?
The kids
Hey,
nowadays.
them jumpers ain't 50 no more.
Nah,
but you know what? I
I even
think
thought
it
about
takes us,
buying those. Just
$5 now. I gotta connect.
I think it takes us back to the original question. Why individuals struggle in their relationship, because the thing about it is, just with that scenario about what Roy had said, she sounds more of a leader and he sounds more of a follower.
No,
So,
it's not leading. It's not leading and following though. It's you're in a relationship. Y'all are together. Y'all been together in their situation. I'm gonna give you their specific situation. They've been together for 6 years, right? They finally had their first kid after being together for 6 years. She was very controlling and demanding in the last 6 years. This is not new. She said, what the fuck I want. That's what the fuck is gonna be. And he did it.
Oh, so he loved it. Oh,
Okay.
She spoiled and he enabled it.
What about the ones? Hold on.
He didn't want to fight the battle.
What about the ones that struggled on getting pregnant and they finally had their child and that was one and done, and they just wanted to spoil that child with everything?
That's cool. I don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's right. I don't have, to me, the best thing about me at this point in my life is I'm allowed to not give a fuck about nothing anybody else is doing. I can say this. Oh, wow. That's what's up.
But my point was, let's say
let's
say that scenario, but then let's say when it comes to spending for that child, let's say the man wants to save and provide for college and do certain things, and the woman wants to continue to buy the baby all the name brand stuff and the shoes and the like everything, the car for their 16th birthday, their everything for their 18th birthday, but
kid don't wear the same pair of shoes to school for the first 2 weeks.
Right.
To me, that's fucking retarded.
Yeah.
But you're as a man, this is why I told my homeboy when he bitched and complained about it to me. I don't think you're wrong for making your wife happy. I think you're wrong for not building the foundation in your household. You need to put your foot down. There got to be some shit where you put your stake in the ground and say that's not happening. If you want that to happen, you do it. I'm not going and I'm not paying for it. I'm gonna tell my mom and them, because my mama gonna say this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is crazy. This is crazy. What the fuck? Is that SpongeBob, the real one? Is that nigga in Bikini Bottom? Are we in Bikini Bottom?
Speaking of the damn cartoons. No, I'm just kidding. Let me not go there.
That's what my grandmother would say, yo. She'd say, yo. I mean, my mother would say, yo, this is fucking, get me out of here. You know what I'm saying? So, but you gotta remember, it's not the men, yo. I know we can push it off.
Don't say it's not the men, because sometimes it is. You gotta
but
exceptions and rules. Exceptions and rules.
We're talking about an 8% versus 92%. So you know what I'm saying? This is what the women be wanting, yo. You gotta keep it real.
Okay.
But then that takes us to a whole new different conversation, because I mean, if it's like this and the men are like this, somebody don't have a mind.
No, it's because you know what it is? A lot of the people, I'm trying to make sure I say this right. Us up here, right? Who are no longer with the original person that we reproduced with and was in relationships with. We said what we're not willing to deal with and what we're not going to do, right?
Mhm.
We could look at ourselves and say we're winning because we walked away from bullshit. Or we can look at them and say they're winning because they've been together for all these years and they're thugging it out. Because if you go back to the old days, provide and protect, grandma used to get fucked up and she stayed. The truth behind grandma and grandpa was a whole lot more than we all know, but they stayed. You know what I'm saying? So him over there, he paying for that party. Hey, yo, man, I ain't leaving. I don't want to hear the shit here.
It's cheaper to
But see,
keep her.
What's your it's definitely cheaper to keep her, but it's also cheaper to act right too. The thing is, I'm saying is, where was the compromise? Like in your
One.
situation with your friend, like
There wasn't
if
one.
he didn't want to do it, that's what I'm saying. There should have been some type of conversation or
Right.
compromise. But she's the head in this
It's a
situation.
And she even did the party during the fucking playoff football game.
Oh, she didn't give a damn.
Wow. She didn't give a damn at all.
So I'm at the game. I'm at
She
the
didn't
party
give a
with
damn.
party with my phone like this. I know you ain't watching the game. Fucking right, I am. I don't got nothing to do with that shit y'all got going on. I'm here, man. What I'm gonna do in Chuck E. Cheese? You want me to jump in the balls? What the fuck is you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, but y'all gotta think about that though. To put responsibility on the people it really lies on. The men, I'm not gonna call him a sucker. I'm not gonna say he's a sucker. Because
No.
everything, look at all the women in the world today, that a lot of them, I'm not gonna say all, right? Just speaking general. A lot of these women have these weird ass expectations and requests. And if the man don't do it, he loses family. If the man do it, he's a sucker. That's why my little brother be out in the street fighting niggas for no reason, because he has to prove himself somewhere, because he can't whatever.
Right.
It's sad. I see him smacking niggas for no reason.
Okay, my last point, y'all, because I know we're going over time. The struggle in a relationship when it comes to families. Have y'all ever experienced that?
Families like in-laws or like the other people?
Yeah.
Mixed families.
Or blended families.
Blended families. Well, no, because that's yeah. Let's do
So
that.
blended families? Okay.
Was there have y'all ever had issues when it came? Did it put a hinder on your current relationship by trying to be that person, to be positive in say the children are involved? Have y'all ever been in a situation like that? No.
I lucked out because I'm in a situation right now. Go ahead, somebody. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Roy.
I'm saying I'm in a situation right now where my lady has 2 children that are grown. You know what I'm saying? They're everybody in our household, besides my youngest son, everybody's over 18. You know what I'm saying? So certain things her kids will ask her for that I may not necessarily agree with should be supported. My kids will ask me for some things that she necessarily agrees aren't, you know what I mean, requirements. The rule is shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
If it ain't your kids, just stop. Give me your minimal opinion, and then let me do what I need to do for my kids. And that's it. I literally go to that situation like today. This is a today scenario. Don't want to tell y'all my scenario, but it's a real thing. I don't necessarily agree with the decision that was made, but multiple things. It's not my child, so the emotional connection is not there. I'm like the friend that's giving relationship advice because I don't love the other person. So I'm saying you're stupid for going back, right? But I'm not emotionally invested. I care about the kids, but they're not my children. And I'm not financially invested. You're not asking me for no money to help with the situation. So you're just telling me what you're about to do, regardless of how it affects us. I'm not speaking on it because some things are just too sensitive of topics.
Okay.
I think it's a respect thing, just like Ro was saying. I think it's a respect thing. As long as I'm respecting a understanding and they're respecting my kids in my space and I'm respecting their kids in their space, I think that it's a good thing. But what I don't like is if the other person is mean or shows favoritism or is disrespectful or loud talk or badmouth another child. That's when problems arise and things occur.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Anybody else have something they want to put in on this topic?
So what if like the money is combined, but there's two sets of children in the household, and so therefore one child, let's just say her children or one of her kids come and say, hey mom, can I get a new car? But then the father is saying, no, we don't have the money for that, or no, we didn't budget for that. So
That's why everybody,
If you treat if you treat all the kids the same, that's all that matters. If you don't treat them the same, we got a problem.
my mama told me the very first thing she always did in any relationship she was only in one after my father, always keep a stash. My mother would tell me today, I call my mother right now on speakerphone and say, Mom, can I get $5,000? She won't even ask me for what. She'll say, God damn it, yeah, but don't tell your stepfather. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything ain't everybody's business. Like, it's okay as long as it doesn't impede on our household greatness. I got my own stash. Basically, my mother told me she got a stash for her kids. He got a stash for his. No, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
I would do, and if it came to a point, Tanya, to speak to your point, if it was something that was over the budget of what was able to be done individually, and you had to say it, if it's important to you, it becomes important to me.
Mm.
So I have to, if you're willing to say to me, humble yourself and say, my child needs this. I need you to help. I would never make you ask twice.
Right. Yeah. I agree. And we also got to remember, we want to treat people. We can't expect us out of other people, but we also want to treat people how we want to be treated or how our children want to be treated. Because don't make something impossible, unrealistic when my kid comes and asks for it. But it's when your kid comes and asks for it, it's golden and it's sugar and you can go get it. That's an issue. It should be standard across the board.
You should probably make a account.
I mean, it's hard, and I'm sure it's hard.
That's it, bro. Make an account. Make an account.
Yeah, make it. Matter of fact, when I go upstairs and climb into bed and get cussed out for being on the podcast, after that, I'm gonna say, yo, you know what? Maybe we should make a kid fund. What you mean?
Our
kids go through things, and let's both put $500 a payday.
But then, bro, what if she thinks like your mom and her kid needs $5,000? She can't take out of that kid fund.
Why?
Without telling you.
No, you tell me. There's nothing to hide. It's for the kids.
Okay.
Your kid just needs it first. If something just so happens to come up after we do what your child needs, and now let's not even say my kid, one of the other kids, your other kid, something happens with somebody else and we need to fork off another $3,000 and we use the whole kid fund on the first kid, then me and you need to come up, or me, you, and their other parents. Because there's other people involved here too. When you're co-parent, everybody's cool.
Just so we know, y'all, we talking about dating, like live-ins, but not married. Because married, you got everything together. You should. Or have something talked about. So we are live on Facebook, so I'm gonna read you a couple of the comments, y'all. Latoya says, what happened to that old school love? She thinks that's why she's single. Yo Chestnuts, Yolanda, she said, when it comes to that, we sit down and figure it out. Mine is yours and yours is mine. I got you and you got me. Oh, I'm trying to go back, but I got.
Do you think that's realistic though? What she said? Mine is yours and yours is mine. I got you and you got me. Because soon as one person doesn't agree with the purpose of the spending, it's gonna become a fight. It's not mine is yours and yours is mine. It's a fact. If I say, yo, my son got kicked out of college and we got to pay this extra $4 grand on top because he got kicked out, I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's his business. You gotta pay $4,000 because he didn't want to go to class. Come on, let's be for real. That's why I be saying though, on a lot of these podcasts, because a lot of these conversations are very normal in a lot of podcasts. You see, people got to tell the truth.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, niggas ain't telling the truth. Niggas ain't telling the truth.
I'm gonna ask y'all.
We tell the truth here because this is what we talk about. We speaking our truth.
Right.
Yes, and Yolanda says she has a good man. That's why she can do that.
Oh,
okay. Okay, Yolanda.
No, okay, no. He's like the other guy I told you about to pay $1,400 for the party.
Oh.
Just a second ago, y'all called him a sucker, but now he's a good man because she's saying it makes sense. Come on, y'all.
That was her truth.
That's
I
her.
know, but you goddamn jumped off the moon and said you.
No, I said.
Okay, girl, it's wet. You jumped yours right off the moon, off the equator.
Okay, listen, y'all, we going overtime. So what's one thing that you would say? We're gonna speak to the younger. Okay, we're not even gonna say younger generation. We're gonna speak to the damn 30-year-olds today, 25 to 30. Why do men and women? If someone came to you and said, "Why do men and women struggle in their relationships?" What are you gonna tell them? Why?
Because everybody lie.
Okay.
and nobody is willing to communicate and have compromise.
Yep.
I think that's a big thing with struggles in relationships.
Okay. Smiley.
Honesty too, just like you said, Tootie. People be
Everybody
just
lie.
lying.
Because
Just
you got to think about it.
lying.
Everybody wants something out of it, right? And everybody's not going to be transparent right off the bat. So knowing that when you dive in there, you already know that, okay, well, I want this. You got a motive, just like this person has a motive. So ain't nobody telling the truth. Everybody lies, believe exactly what you see.
Go ahead, Todd.
And I think sexual identity. Sometimes the men don't know that they're men and women don't know that they're women.
Okay.
No, that's bullshit. The men always know they're men.
No.
The women think they're men. Men know they're men.
Don't say that.
Keep it real.
Don't say that.
Like I said, just tell the truth. There's too many women out here that feel like they're fucking dudes. They act like fucking dudes. Y'all even interact with women.
Whole different topic. Whole different topic.
Why do you think all women say, I'd rather be cool with a bunch of dudes because I can't deal with bitches?
I don't say that. Most of my friends are female.
Okay, you're one out of 900.
I say
My
that.
friends are female.
Right.
I like female friends.
Right, but how many women have you met that say I get along better with dudes? Because girls be on that bullshit.
Well, the ones that I know that say that all of them was hoes anyway, so go for it. They
That
probably
part
screwed
too.
all the guys that they're super cool with.
Okay, y'all, back to topic. Let me go with Smiley now. Why do men and women struggle in relationships? What would you tell to a 25 to 30-year-old?
Expectations, communication. It's a plethora of reasons, but if I had to pick one,
Top 3.
social media. I don't even got to pick 3. Social media is controlling everybody. Everybody is just falling behind whatever the algorithm telling them to do.
Facts.
Yep.
And Ro, last but not least.
Oh hell.
People are living other people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
More worried about, like Smiley and everybody else has said, what it looks like, keeping up with the Joneses, what you're supposed to be doing, what you're not supposed to be doing. You're not learning nothing from your peers. Your peers can't tell you anything. People can't tell each other shit no more. And I don't want to make it about women and not men and men and not women. I'm being real. Yeah. Nobody can check each other no more. Back in the day, you had people that would check you and put you back in your place. Now, nobody can do that. I don't care who it is. I done seen dudes argue with their uncles like they was a person on the street. Yeah. I done seen women argue with their aunties like they was a person on the street. The world is completely fucked. So if you find somebody who's over the 50%, I don't give a fuck if I'm up to 51. Stick with it, bitch.
Yeah.
LeBron, but you might be Kobe.
And on that note, y'all, my conclusion to this, meeting the right one is difficult nowadays. Folks don't have a place to meet, so they dedicate everything via web, which is just what Smiley was talking about. Dating online. Choose wisely, spend time to get to know them. Most folks nowadays will show you their true colors within a couple of dates. Know your worth and do not settle. And do not bring your kids in a private setting around nobody initially. And on that note, y'all, I love you. We love you. Subscribe to Lust, Let Us Speak Truth on YouTube. And we are out of here.
Hey.
Sis.